Most people aren't incompetent, but a lot of people, especially as they get more senior, fall into a really common trap. And that trap is to take the first answer they're given and run with it. And the reason that's dangerous is because it's very rarely the full picture. It's one perspective, one lens on a problem, one point of view. And if you base your decision entirely on that, you're building blind spots in right from the outset. I'm Matt Stevenson, and I've been working in technology for more than 30 years, with more than half of that time in senior leadership positions, making decisions every day based on information provided to me by my teams. The way I deal with this problem is really simple. I triangulate the information. All that really means is I don't rely on a single answer. I look at the same problem from different angles. I ask different people with different backgrounds and different points of view. And because I ask those different people the same question, I get a number of different answers. The answers usually overlap, and it's not that the first person I asked was wrong, it's just that their perspective and what's important to them about the solution might be different. And once you do that, something changes. You start to see where the overlaps are in the answers. You start to see where the differences are. You start to see where the gaps appear. And by plugging those gaps, you end up with a far more rounded answer, which you can make better, more informed decisions on. Here's a really typical example. You're being told we need to re-platform our systems. They're holding us back. Depending who you talk to, that definition of holding them back might be different. Engineers might be struggling with a complex legacy code base. The product team might be struggling with the delivery speed. The rest of the business might be struggling to prioritize the requirements and the features they need from that system. If you only take one of those views, you run the risk of solving the wrong problem. But if you triangulate it to get a couple of different points of view, you'll have a much more rounded view of where the consensus is on the actual root cause of the problem that results in people saying you need to re-platform that system. Another example, it can be the same with hiring. We need more developers, we don't have enough capacity. Maybe, but where's the actual constraint? Is work backing up in testing? Are the requirements unclear? Is too much work being started but not finished? Because if you don't check, you don't fix the problem, you just make it more expensive. The answer might not be more developers, it might be unblock a problem somewhere else in the overall process. But with all that said, balance is still important. Triangulation shouldn't be about turning every single decision point into a deep investigation. You still have to maintain some pace. Most of the time it's just an extra couple of conversations, a couple of additional quick questions, really a quick sense check from a couple of different points of view. That's usually enough. And the outcome is simple. You make better decisions, not because the information you've now got is perfect, it never will be, but because you've reduced the chances of it being directionally incorrect and you being blindsided somewhere further down the road. You avoid solving the wrong problem and you stay in control of the decision. So the next time you're given a clear, confident answer to your question, just pause and ask yourself, am I being given the full picture? Do I need to seek some other points of view? If this guidance resonates with you and you want more leadership tips and advice, subscribe to the channel.